Welcome to the Tuesday edition, June 9th, 2020 of What's Up Emerald Coast. I'm RJ Murdoch. This is my social media sharing guy, Chris Seaman.
I'm a little late on the cue. Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome. What's up, Emerald Coast?
And
happy Tuesday.
Yeah, happy Tuesday.
Slightly rainy and
now, I mean,
muggy.
Don't take this as a real live shot because
it's fake.
Right
it's
before Chris
picture.
walked in about 15 minutes ago, it was pouring down.
Pouring.
And weather.com said 20% chance until later on this afternoon. I think they're a little off. Yeah. But, that's the weather.
Yeah.
Just wait 5 minutes, and it'll change here in Florida. Yeah. So, welcome. Today is, we got a lot to talk about. And we got a special guest.
We got a great guest today.
We got a great guest today. A man, an international mystery man.
No, he's a star. This guy is a star. There's no mystery about this guy.
There's no mystery about him. But
we got a lot to talk about in the paper today.
We do, but we have to deal with our shameless plugs, folks. So let's go ahead and get that started with here. First off, by the way, if you happen to be watching us, you should be watching us on our Emerald Coast Facebook page, Emerald Coast TV Facebook page, live. But we're also live on YouTube, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV, all at the same time. Believe it or not, we're getting there. Yeah. But we do also ask you if you could like the page and follow us. That'd be great. But even better, we're going to be starting to put promotions and special surveys and stuff like that on our What's Up Emerald Coast Facebook page. So
we're going to have promotions?
Am
I getting promoted?
We're up to 50,
we're giving stuff away.
We're up to 50 followers right now on that page. So we got to get up to 1,000.
So what did I say? The 1,000th follower gets
the 1,000th
how many
followers.
Free pizzas did you decide?
Did you say 1,000?
1,000 followers and somebody's getting.
No, you have to say it, not me. So.
Oh, yeah, we have to negotiate that.
So, and then also we'd like to go ahead and do a little What's Up Emerald Coast to the Crab Island.
There we go.
Which, if we looked at it right now today, it's looking like this right now. This is from top of the Emerald Graham.
RJ, have you ever been out there when it's raining?
I have not.
Okay, it's a lot of fun. But it's crazy when you see people get underneath their pontoon boat in a lightning storm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Darwinism. Of course, there was a time I did that. Yeah, that is Darwinism. You can see they're still dredging. There goes the dredge under the bridge. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
the dolphin crew's going out too. Yeah. So a lot of activity. Even
and I'd like to go ahead and thank the old98.com website.
There we go.
That's where they're providing some webcams. We love the shot of Crab Island right on top of the Emerald Grand. So that's just a cool thing.
Couple dozen boaters. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of the Emerald Coast. They come from afar, and they get here. They're like, rain be damned, we are going to Crab Island.
That's it.
And
same thing with the dolphin cruise going on. Damn, forget that.
They're going out.
I'm going out to the
dolphins. Don't care if it's raining. That's all there is to that. So
that is true. All right, well, as we do every day, we try to point out, for those who may not know what National Day today is,
so part of us coming back to
find a
reality.
way to celebrate. And we take our information from nationaldaycalendar.com. So if you ever want to find out what's going on today, tomorrow, next week.
In case while in a pandemic you forgot what happened.
It's my understanding you can actually buy a National Day for yourself.
So what we got? I'm hungry.
Yeah.
What we got today? What we got?
I'm getting into that. So, first day coming up is not us.
I see food.
There we go.
No, that's not food. I'm disappointed. What happened?
Because I'm on the wrong panel. There we go.
Okay. Oh,
National Best Friend Day.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. That's a good time to, if you haven't talked to one of your BFFs for quite a while.
Well, we're all coming back together, but still 6 feet apart, we hope. So reach out and tell your best friend that you love them. How about that?
I love you, man.
Love you, RJ.
I love you, man. Love our guests, too.
Go to the next one. I'm looking for food.
No.
That was yesterday.
That was yesterday. How did that get something yesterday? All right, forget that one.
Maybe because your poison was you get stuck in Groundhog's Day.
I'm in Wait a second. This is all confused here.
Yeah, my tech guy. I'm going to go straight to the paper if you don't have a... Uh-oh, something's going backwards.
Something's going crazy.
There you go. Best Friends Day.
It didn't update. That's really
there we
weird.
go.
Well.
So it's Best Friends Day. It's pretty much all you need today anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
This is what's happening in the paper. There's some big news in there, RJ.
There is.
How about this? Let me make sure because I want to make sure I say.
Well, I mean, I wanted to bring up the fact that I don't know if most people are aware of this or not, but starting July 1st, the city of Destin is going to be charging for parking along the beach side.
That's going to go over
there's some controversy back and forth there. Now, of course, they're giving Destin residents 2 passes each household with proof of identity and stuff like that. And I think we're going to try to get a press pass for something like that as well.
Yes.
But some people are who are from the area.
Right now, the people that somebody said to me earlier, giving my social media activity. Can you imagine me saying I'm part of the press?
Excuse me, I'm drinking here.
I almost made you spit
Allow me to.
Can you imagine the danger?
Hey, and
I'm excited. Yes,
we're Central Services.
Mayor,
we're keeping you
I
informed
am Chris Seaman
about where you can park.
Reporter with the Emerald Coast TV, and I am about to drill you with this question.
Honestly, it is coffee that we are drinking here.
Yeah,
we don't have any early morning.
So get ready, get your passes so you can get out to the beach.
Yeah, and then there's some people upset because maybe they're not from Destin, but they're from Fort Walton Beach. But then there's one resident from Oakland Island says, I ain't going to Destin unless I'm eating.
That's true.
We got our own beaches over here.
But then I did notice some people already started on StubHub selling parking passes to the beach. So there is that. So if you want to start hawking your passes. I'm not going to tell you the value of a parking pass yet, but I just did notice they are on eBay. You can go to eBay and buy yourself a city parking pass.
Yes.
I totally
and call yourself Margaret. Okay.
Totally made that up.
All right. So we've got also in the news. This is pretty historical.
This
is a big deal. The first female commander for the Special Operations Wing at Hobart Field.
So Colonel Jocelyn J. I'm reading it. Make sure I get it right.
Good luck with that.
Schermerhorn.
That's how I thought. That's what I thought.
I had the privilege a ways back of shaking her hand.
Oh yeah, because she had been stationed at Hobart a couple of times. She had been a squadron commander for 2 different squadrons there before coming back here to become the first wing commander, the most deployed wing in the military.
Is also
or at least in the Air Force,
the most award-winning wing.
I
could brag all day about this. I could brag all day about our bases around the community. You've heard me do that before. It's one of my favorite things of why I live here, and I've had 0 military background other than the fact that I like to feed them, and I will feed them for free. But the first Special Operations Wing is kind of near and dear to my heart. They were the first wing to extend the opportunity for me to be an honorary commander. And just so you guys know, when you're an honorary commander, you kind of get embedded with a squadron or a wing for a year, and you get treated like you're a lieutenant colonel. That was another dangerous title for me.
Yeah. Apparently she had also, when she was at Hobart, she was basically a navigator instructor.
Correct.
So basically, she's got over 3,500 flight hours.
Yeah. I'm not making this about me. What I'm saying is that is a big deal.
Yeah.
When you are the wing commander of the 1 SAL, what I learned as an honorary commander, being involved and being around the leadership, the listed guys, and all that I got to do, not only, I just got to see the operations of managing that small city that is Hobart Field. Mm-hmm. It's the home to the Special Operations Wing. It manages a lot of logistics that handles everything going south. I mean, we're talking, there's a whole lot of territory going south. You think it's the Gulf,
and
but
I'm retired 20-year Air Force guy. I had my time at Hobart Field at the Special Operations University there. So, I've definitely appreciative, and I know what those guys are going through there.
Colonel Schermerhorn is, that's a big position to take. And what that tells me here living in the community is she has a huge future. Because every person that I've had the privilege of meeting as a wing commander has gone on to get stars on their shoulder.
I mean, the previous commander is now going to be the commander of the Space Operations Wing.
That is correct. When I was an honorary, Colonel Brad Webb at the time, now General Webb. I'm losing track of what he's doing now, but he was, if you remember the Situation Room when Bin Laden was, I'm imitating him on his laptop. He was in the famous photo in the Situation Room when Bin Laden was shot. Okay, that was Brad Webb at the computer, communicating with the guys in the field and relating the information to President Obama and the people in that room. And behind them was Colonel Greg Lingell, who is now a retired 2-star, And that was the beginning of my experience of learning what goes on in this community. And and from there, I got to be an honoree at Eglin, which is kind of important to our guest coming up here.
Yeah.
And then
So
I got
we want to go
do
ahead and congratulate her for that position.
amazing opportunity for her, and I'm super proud of both the Air Force, the wing, and herself for what she's getting to do.
Well, you mentioned military, and I know our next guest works military, but he also is the owner of his own company,
Right.
who has he has an influence across all of Northwest Florida, from Tallahassee all the way to Mobile.
Man of many talents.
He is the one and only, may I bring him on? David Triana.
All right, how's it going, guys?
How are you today?
I'm doing great, man. It's great to be with you all, man. I respect you so much. I took vacation time just to be with you.
That's a lot of pressure, buddy. If you're selecting us to spend vacation time with, you have nothing else to do.
No. I'm serious, man. You guys are doing a great job, and congratulations, Chris, on the upcoming Hell and Back, man. I think it's going to be awesome, like it
Thanks,
was for many years for the community. Man.
Thank you. Well, that's fun. Thank you for bringing that up, because that kind of led to how I personally met you. You're the boss, the owner of the Conexion Media Group, and for the average layman out there, when you educated what you do, there is a significant Latino community here in the Panhandle, and you are kind of the linchpin to reaching to that organization, your publication, not only here that lives here as residents, but the military obviously brings in a lot of Latino people as well. So it's like a 1 and 2 degree of intertwining people in the Panhandle. Plus, when you start throwing in tourists coming from all over the country, you really have a immense platform to and the communication is the key to reach out to some people. And that's how I met you. And I commend you on that. So tell us a little bit about the experience the last several months. I've told you in the preface of the show, post-pandemic life. How did that affect the Conexion group, the Latino community? Give us a little bit of overview of your personal experience in that regard.
Well, first of all, Conexion Media Group as an entity has 4 elements, and one of them is the hard copy publication Conexion. A lot of people are going away from publishing hard copy publications, as you know, because everything's digital and video. The reason we publish 4,000 copies of that and distributed throughout the Northwest region is, in fact, to reach those people that are not connected. There are many people out there that are not everyday Facebookers and social media, so that publication covers those people. It gets all the way down to the lowest level persons that we may want to reach, families and the like, and of all different races and nationalities. It is bilingual for the purpose of being able to reach as wide an audience as possible, English and Spanish, and we just became trilingual, guys. By the way, in this last June, in the June edition, a group of Brazilians from the Destin area, professionals, all of them, reached out to us and asked us, can we do a Portuguese section in Conexion? And I say, hey, let's do it. So in June, we have 3 languages now.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. There's a section called Brazilian Connection in there that is run by several ladies that are from the Destin and Panama City area, and I just give them the room to do it. And hopefully it'll be successful. The effect of the virus and all that has been tremendous, obviously, because a lot of the businesses that are owned by Hispanics here are small businesses, the small little, stores and restaurants and things like that. Obviously, there is larger businesses also owned by the Latino community, mid-size and big corporations. But this has had a tremendous effect, as you all know, in the restaurant community and the small stores and things like that.
Certainly.
And so we're helping out a lot. We created a lot of virtual activities throughout the last 3 months, networking, socials, chats, workshops, to help out and get the word out for those businesses. Right now, on the page that you're showing, if you notice right there, the Father's Day giveaway is one of our efforts right now to help the community. So we went out and bought some cards from some clients and other businesses, and some of them donated them to us, and we're giving them away for Father's Day as a way to help the small business community.
That's outstanding.
Awesome.
Hey, David, let me ask you back to about the community itself. You know, we've talked in the past about the primary influences in the economy in the Panhandle are the military and the hospitality industry, and that probably eats up about 95% of the air in the community. And talk a little bit about the impact that the Hispanic, and when I say Hispanic, I mean the broad base that is underneath Conexion, their impact on both of those in size of numbers, influence. I mean, a lot of people might like gloss over it. I mean, I've been in the restaurant business all my life, and it's clearly, and I came from, I'll give you an example. I came from Vail, Colorado, and the back of the house was entirely Hispanic individuals working, and
that's right.
And I come here to the Destin Destin area, and Fort Walton Beach area in the southeast, and it's kind of somewhat more glossed over. We don't really see it as much. And as I got to know the military, the influence that comes in from the military. So speak to that a little bit about that, the size of that influence.
Well, as we all know, the military has been leading the way forever in inclusion of the different races and ethnicities, and for sure the military is composed of a large number of Hispanics in all ranks. I'm a retired Air Force guy. I retired after 21 years like RJ did, and still work for the government. So yeah, a large number of Hispanics within the military for sure, of all different nationalities. One of the mistakes that business people, politicians, and people that discuss the Hispanic community is the fact that they try to put them into one basket, when in fact there are 21 different nations that are Latino communities, or the Latino nations. So, and they have varied ways. It's like the South and the North in the United States. You know, sometimes we speak the same language, but there's differences. The same with Latinos. Culturally, there's differences, mindset differences, and all those kind of things. So we try to help out, cross that, or erase those misconceptions by educating and informing people about those differences. Within our group, Conexion Media Group is a collaborative effort. We have over 60 people that write for us and send us content. Not many of them are non-Hispanic, but within the Hispanic community, we probably have all those 21 different representatives from different nations that either write or help us with the product.
Yeah.
And the growth of the Latino community here started in 2005 when Hurricane Ivan hit.
Right.
It exploded big time. The schools were the first ones to feel that pain in kids, that are coming in with, the language barrier. It continues, after the slowdown in construction, which is where a lot of the Latinos work. Many of them moved to New Orleans because of Hurricane Katrina.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, Hurricane Michael hits us. So guess what happened in Panama City?
Yeah.
Boom.
They all
an explosion.
As well.
An explosion of Latinos. There are, one of the other things that we try to tell people is on the political side of the house, yes, nationally, Latinos have a big influence for sure. That's why you'll probably hear these candidates start speaking Spanish here in the next couple of months. And no matter who they are, they're going to start speaking Spanish, believe me.
They're going to try.
Believe me, they will. But locally, they make a difference because there's over 100,000 within the area that we cover. But when they look at the percentages, in each city, it goes from 5% to about 10 to 12%, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
That will make a difference in your county and city elections.
Yeah.
So David, one of the things I really appreciate about your publication here is that it's like a Rosetta Stone, because you actually mirror the article both in Spanish and English, and maybe something that people may not notice, but up here, it is gratis. It is free. You don't charge for this thing. You actually have these. Where can people find where to get these?
We posted in over 100 places throughout the region, and again, because we only published the 4,000, we spread them out in the major cities. So Tallahassee has several spots. Fort Walton has several spots. Not just the Hispanic places, but you can find it in Piggly Wiggly, the Chamber of Commerce in Fort Walton. You can find it in Destin and several small locations over there.
And I'm looking at the articles.
Towns.
And all of them are relevant to the area for the most part. You're talking
That's
about
right.
some of the elections, talking about the tourism, talking about just virtual Florida visits around. I mean, everything there, and it's all being basically
There's the
paid for.
Brazilian section that you're going through right now. If you notice, that's in Portuguese.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, and you notice also, Martin Owen, who's one of the most knowledgeable tourism experts here in our area.
Yeah,
he is a regular columnist for our publication. Right there. And then you have a lady that writes for about 10 or 12 newspapers nationally, which follows the one that you see next, Cheryl Bolt right there. She writes for about 10 to 12 publications nationally, and she writes for us. She's out of Tallahassee. So yes, it's a smorgasbord in a sense of columnists, and it is not a newspaper per se. We don't write about, yesterday, John Doe got arrested.
It's
whatever.
more like a news magazine in tablet format.
Exactly. Anytime you read it, you'll gain something from it.
That's right. Yeah. Especially if you make it for free. That helps.
There you go. See, spend Localusa. We work closely with the Chamber of Commerce to do those kind of things.
Now, is it? Do you have anything set up so that you possibly could be mailed for a fee to a particular address? Because not everybody gets a chance to get out, and there's a lot of shut-ins that I know as well that probably don't know where to find them.
We do not, and sometimes people reach out to us like that, and we do it individually. Yes,
but you do have it online.
That's for sure. We got a pretty solid website, and we are all over social media for sure. Facebook, big time. We got about 6 pages in Facebook that belongs to the corporation, and we manage those as much as Facebook allows us to do what we do.
So if they go to, I don't know if they're going to be able to read it here, but connectionflorida.com.
Yes, connectionflorida.com. It has the PDF version there that you can read.
Right, and that's where we were just paging through that to show that.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And then all the content is also there for the current edition is in the primary pages, all the content in English and Spanish and Portuguese. You can actually use the translator. For example, if we publish an article only in Spanish in the website, you will be able to hit the translator to read it in English.
That's fantastic.
And Portuguese.
And now Portuguese.
That's fantastic.
Oh, that's really cool. I mean, that is quite an accomplishment for an individual that's doing this as his part-time job in some ways, because you have a full-time day job.
It doesn't feel part-time, does it? It doesn't feel part-time.
Yeah, it's a community service project, to be honest with you guys. It has to survive on its own, and thankfully we have, advertisers like Golf Power and Piggly Wiggly and other big ones that help us do this in the sense that they want to advertise to the people we want to reach or that we help them reach. But for sure, I don't think anyone can match the bang for the advertising buck that we give them, because it doesn't matter if you're a big advertiser or a small one. You're going to get the same support social media wise, activities wise. The International Festival it belongs to Connection Media Group.
All right. Well, I really appreciate you coming on board. Was there anything else that you wanted to ask him?
No, that's fantastic. I love the brief on the paper itself and the publication itself. And David, it's always a treat to have a conversation with you no matter what. And I look forward to seeing you down the road here because I'll be right outside your gate. So I hope to see you soon.
David, any last remarks from you?
Yeah, the last remarks I want to give is number one to you, RJ. I know obviously you do a lot of stuff for the community and the business community, chamber and all those things that you do professionally. You and I have worked together, with Making Connections, our show that we recorded your studio. And believe me, that's a quality show that you record, man. And you make us look good with us not being professionals at it. And then, Chris, man, I wanted to make sure that the community that's watching this knows of everything that you do for the community and especially the military, man. Some people may not know, bro, but what you have done in the last years that I've known you is incredible, bro. It is not just... if more businesses were to do that, the small, the medium, and large-sized businesses, man, they would receive back more than they give, because that's what happens when you are a socially conscious business like you've done
Thank
for
you,
many
buddy.
years.
I do it so that I get to have conversations with people like you.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
So
Back
Zoom
is
high
gonna-
five,
Ellen
my
back
man.
is gonna be back
Zoom
kicking
high
butt.
five.
Yeah. So I will see you soon. Thank you very much, David, for being on the show today.
Thank you. Well, that was awesome.
How about that?
Yeah.
I learned a little something. I learned I refreshed my Spanish a little bit while you were going through the pages. I'm like reading the pages. I'm like, oh, I know more. I remember more than I thought. I got to get back to my game. When you busted out the Rosetta Stone comment, I didn't even realize that he printed the articles
in dual
language, and I never paid attention to that because I tuned it out unless I can read it in English because I'm a true American. You know,
every once in a while, I'll use it just to kind of refresh my Spanish.
They say if you're bilingual, you speak two languages. If you speak one language, you're American.
Yeah.
So that's the truth, and that's me. So I admit it. It's a character defect. So I'll work on that. But that was great.
Yeah.
Enjoy that today.
And tech is not a language, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Computer programming.
It's becoming code.
Yeah.
Code is a language.
I speak HTML.
Yes. There you go. So,
XML and.
All right. So it's Tuesday. Get out there. It'll clear up. I promise you. It's going to get pretty this
Actually,
afternoon.
I looked at the 10-day forecast, but it looks like Thursday and Friday are going to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like full sun.
I tell you,
so,
once
like,
a
if you can find a
tropical
way to get
system-
off, you know, David, I know you took a time off now, but I think maybe Thursday, Friday, if you want to get out there,
Yeah.
that would be the day to do it. So, all right, my friends.
Bye, everybody. Stay rational.
Stay safe and enjoy our Emerald Coast.
Mm-hmm.